What's going on, y'all? Chuck Nunface here. I'm going to be taking a quick look at the third, actually, in the knives that were lent to me from my friend at Sharp Marbles on Instagram. So we looked at the first two. We looked at the Benchmade new 710 and S90V, and we also took a quick look at the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt XL. And now we're going to take a look at this one right here. This is the Shirogorov knives and R.J. Martin collaboration, Overkill with denim micarta inlay. So, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. There is a little subscribe button right there in the corner. I certainly would appreciate that. Turn on that notification bell so you know when my new content drops. That would also be very good. And give me a follow on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface. So, yeah, the Overkill from Shirogorov knives. In typical Shirogorov fashion, it's really nice. Okay, so it's going to be featuring, I believe this is going to have this is an S90V blade as shown right there. So that's very nice. So you're kind of getting a first look as I'm getting a first look. I've poked around with this, but I haven't carried it or anything like that. Now I do have permission from Doug to go ahead and carry it and use it light EDC, things like that, things that I normally would. If you hear a little bell, that's the family Pomeranian, our small dog. So that's Lily, if you kind of hear her bell rattling around in the distance. Hi, Lily. She's sniffing around the studio here. So yeah, so you're kind of getting a look as I am as well. I haven't taken too much of a deep dive into this one right here, but this is S90V blade. And the blade itself, if I get it all lined up here, is going to be about 4 inches long with about at least 3.75 inches of cutting edge. So we're going to be looking at that right there as the cutting edge. So a nice blade length on that. I'm going to have a handle of about 1, 2, 3, 4, about a 5-inch handle and a 4-inch blade. So looking pretty good right there. It is going to be running on multi-row. And if we look right there, we will see if we can. No, it's not in there. It's got to be in there somewhere. It always is. With Shirogorov. Yeah, okay, so this is a roller bearing. So if you look in there, if you can see it, it's pretty small. So it's gonna have roller bearings. So this is kind of their top tier production, approaching top tier production. So it's not custom division or anything like that, but we're approaching top tier production when they start using the roller bearings. So the roller bearings are different from ball bearings. They're like little cylinders that it'll roll on. So this is going to be single row roller bearing design. And I believe it's also going to have the Child Protective Services or CPS captive pivot system in there as well. I don't have that spec in front of me, but I would imagine it would. And look how Shirogorov does that. They just nestle everything, that blade, so they can bring it right up. And they do this on different models in different ways they execute it. But in this case, they take the backspacer and they mill that backspacer way out. Focus. Focus. They'll mill that backspacer way out and that blade will just nestle right in there. Just like that. So yeah, very nice. Maybe if I get that out of the background, it'll focus for me. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that right there. Kind of a geared TI backspacer. Beautiful milling all along the scales right there, right up into that cutout for the pivot. Typical lanyard hole as opposed to a hidden lanyard hole. Custom hardware. So it looks like on this one, it's got that type of, all right, so it's got that type of custom bolt. So you would probably need a special tool to take that down. Which Shirogorov makes and sells, but they're not cheap. Gonna have that flipper tab right there. Let's do a couple size comparisons just for grins. Let's see. Here's another Shirogorov. Here's the F3. So really, overall, it's similar in size to the F3, but it's going to take advantage of a little bit more blade and a little bit less handle, to be honest. So it's going to be more efficient in its size. And just as a note too, the F3 does that as well, albeit in this version of the F3, which is technically the base model, it's not as an elegant execution as they do in that one right there for getting that blade tucked all the way away. But there's the Shirogorov F3. Let's see what else we have handy on the table. Let's go with another Russian-made knife. That's the Shirogorov number 10 folder in S125V. So that's a pretty big boy right there. Kind of give you an idea of the size. That's a big boy. This one's for sale too if you want to hit me up on Instagram, incidentally. So definitely some design cues from Shirogorov in this one right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and leave that one up there. What else? CKF Blava. Kind of sticking with the Russian theme here. Custom Knife Factory Blava. That one's also for sale. Hit me up on Instagram if you're interested. Let me see. Here is a Microtech Stitch Ramlock. What do I have? Microtech. Combat Trudon. That one's also for sale. Hit me on Instagram. I'm not just trying to show off knives that I have up for sale. It's just they happen to be on the table because I'll send videos and I'll post them frequently on Instagram. There is the whatchamacallit? What is that? That's the Les George Mark III folder. Sweet. And then last but certainly not least, there is a Dr. Death custom from that one's from Tom Mayo, obviously. Actually, let me see. We'll do one more. Why not? I've got another one right here. There's the McNeese knives, PM Mac 2 3.5 for the last size comparison. Hope that helps a little bit. They're not the most common knives, but I don't have those knives. They're kind of away right now. But in any case, yeah, just beautiful. It really is. It's got that single point of contact. I don't know if I'll be able to really showcase that in this video here, but the pocket clip has a single point of contact. Very similar to, let's go ahead and get this one again, get the F3. So the F3 has that as well. That single point of contact right there. And this one does it. It's a little bit difficult to see because it's milled out with this micarta inlay right here, that beautiful denim micarta. But yeah, it is milled, and you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but it is just a single point of contact, which makes it really easy in and out of the pants. So that's definitely a plus as well. I'm trying to think of what else I can really say about this. Yeah, S90V, beautiful execution. I mean, really, you can't get much better from a production standpoint than Shirogorov. I mean, there are others that come close and compare, and there are others that are on par, but I mean, from a production standpoint, generally speaking, I don't think you can get a whole lot better than Shirogorov. I mean, they're up there with Koenig knives, they're up there with Holt, they're up there with Grimsmo. You know, Oz Machine Company is now, they're up and coming as well. Where is that one? Why not? Just because it's somewhat handy. You know, there's you know, it's Shirogorov is just, they're on a level that not many other companies and manufacturers are at. Sergei Shirogorov is just pretty much, he's got things dialed in over there, you know, in Russia. So yeah, we're gonna call it quits on this vid. I just kind of wanted to showcase this one a little bit. I'm probably missing a lot of the finer points of this, but it really is just a beautiful piece, and I thank Sharp Marbles for letting me check it out. Once again, I'll probably be getting these knives back to him pretty soon. We did have a hurricane recently here in Texas, so I'm not really messing with the mail right now. I mean, the mail is running and everything else, but I'll probably be sending these out in the next week back to the owner. But yeah, appreciate y'all checking out the video. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this or any other knives that, you know, or anything you want to talk basically knife related. Go ahead and drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface. And stay tuned for the next one. Peace out, y'all.